I have decided to open source the third version of my AI and agent-assisted coding IDE. It has been built to function entirely offline. It will never connect to the internet. So if you require absolute privacy for your projects, this tool is for you. In fact, feel free to double or triple firewall this program. It will never need internet access. Ever. If it somehow needs to connect to the internet, you're doing it wrong. At its core, this acts as a standard notepad. It started because I wanted a dark mode notepad that wasn't available back then. I dislike text editors that perform smart tasks, like closing brackets for me or forcing auto-formatting. Just leave my notepad alone. That behavior is incredibly annoying. I also dislike editors that automatically open the last project upon startup. A notepad should just be a notepad. I enjoy AI integration, but I want my editor to remain simple. If I want fancy formatting, I will ask the AI to do it. The AI portion of the IDE is designed to run completely offline. It is your responsibility to download a high-quality local model. Anything below 35B is not worth it. Smaller models will struggle to handle agentic file writing capabilities correctly. For instance, if you use a 9B model to write HTML, it will often mistake the code and conversational parts and write it all to the file. You will not encounter that issue with models larger than 35B. This system has complete file I/O access. If you tell it to delete system files, do not come crying to me. This program was created to help me manage large projects and assumes the user knows what they are doing. I'm going to assume the same of you. Do not disappoint me. It's called the BCI editor, which stands for Batshit Crazy Insane IDE. It has no safety limits, and it will not patronize you. You have full power now, so be careful. While we wait for it to generate the code, take a look at this. On the left is the very first version of this IDE, created around 2023 or 2024. Subsequently, I removed many features that mirrored conventional code editors because I realized they are just bloat I never used. On the right is version 2, created around 2025. Many features were removed and new ones were added, like speech and multi-language recognition. It was cool, but in production, I realized it was just features I did not need. So here we are, version 3. Less is more. It's not perfect, but I'm open sourcing it to see how others can empower this IDE while respecting its simplicity. The generated code must be manually opened on the top left. It is by design that the notepad is decoupled from the AI. I do not want the AI to touch the notepad directly. I will decide what goes into it. Let's make a simple modification by telling the AI what I want. There is a live toggle here. If I clicked it, any changes made by the AI are automatically rendered in the web view. However, it will not update the notepad on the left. Again, this is intentional. If the AI messes up, I still have the original code on the left as a backup. Trust me, you want this. The alternative sounds impressive, but in practice, It is not. Your conversation history with the AI can be edited. The beginning, the end, and everything in between. This is necessary because every time you interact with the AI, it must resend the entire conversation to maintain context. Since AI models are naturally verbose and tend to beat around the bush, this process is expensive and inefficient. It wastes tokens on fluff. With this editing ability, you can trim the nonsense and keep the context concise, saving you both tokens and processing time. You can also import and export conversations to manage long-term projects. You will use this feature often for anything actually serious. I look forward to seeing what other programmers can add to this project. I have only one request for contributors. Keep the mandate. This program must never connect to the internet for any reason. Do not introduce code that requires an internet connection to download modules or anything else. Thank you. This is bracercom, signing off. Okay, I'm done adding the rec feature, making this offline, full project creation AI IDE quite thoroughly complete, if I may say so. After you have loaded your AI model, you click the rec button and select the folder containing all the data you want the AI to search through. The AI is capable of searching through all these files. Yes. All the other programs were needlessly and unnecessarily complicated. They all have this unnecessarily convoluted method of bringing you to some settings page, asking you to select a folder, and then for some magical reason beyond my comprehension, requiring you to add it to some group collection. Some even ask you to download a separate AI to work in conjunction with your present AI model to do this rec thingy. And then you have to go back to your main interface and select that group collection. I have no idea why it needs to be so complicated. It is probably done by the very same people who use some huge framework to create a text box and a button when basic HTML and CSS would do. In any case, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that nonsense ever again. Again, code contributors are welcome, but don't add fancy complexity for its own sake. I will not entertain it. Once again, this is bracercom, signing off.